the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day, but I can guarantee you that after watching the latest episode, none of us are feeling very beautiful or calm. Grab a drink, sit down, and prepare yourselves, because we need to talk about the absolute madness that just unfolded on our screens. I am literally screaming at my television right now. I cannot even begin to process what my eyes just witnessed. I am typing this up so fast my fingers are cramping, because I just desperately need to vent to people who actually understand this show and care about these characters as much as I do. Are you kidding me? They did not just do that. I am completely losing my mind over here in my living room. We all knew this storyline with Diane being kidnapped was getting dark, but I never in a million years thought the writers would actually go this far. I'm sorry, but I am physically shaking. And I know I might sound like I'm overreacting, but how on earth can you not overreact when they pull a massive, life-altering stunt like this out of nowhere? Because I can't even believe I have to type these words, but we need to face reality. Jack Abbott might actually die. I mean, I am sitting here watching the screen fade to black and all I can hear are those blaring, deafening ambulance sirens echoing in my head. That final scene was so incredibly graphic, so visceral, and so utterly heartbreaking that I feel like I got the wind knocked out of me. The knife wound. It was just huge. And it went so unbelievably deep into his abdomen. I cannot get the image of Jack gasping for air, clutching his stomach, out of my head. There was so much blood. Like an unbelievable, terrifying amount of blood soaking through his clothes in the stretcher. I've been watching this show religiously for years, and this has to be one of the most brutal, violent things they have ever shown us on daytime television. This wasn't just a little scratch or a graze during a scuffle. This was a deliberate, violent, deep stab wound meant to end his life on the spot. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself because my brain is just firing on all cylinders and I'm so emotional. Let me back up and talk about the ambulance scene itself. Kyle and Diane are in the back with Jack, and the absolute sheer panic in their eyes is going to haunt my nightmares. Kyle is just a complete mess, and seeing him like that broke me. He's clinging to Jack's bloody hand, sobbing uncontrollably, looking like a terrified little boy who is about to watch his superhero dad slip away forever. Kyle has been through so much, but Jack has always been his rock. To see Kyle begging his father to hold on, screaming his name over the sirens, was top-tier acting. And Diane. Oh my God, Diane. I know some people out there are loving this whole Diane torture storyline because they still hate her guts for faking her death back in the day, but personally, seeing her scream and cry over Jack just shattered my heart into a million pieces. She literally just got rescued from that creepy barred room where she was being held hostage and gaslit, and now her first moment of freedom is spent watching the absolute love of her life bleed out on a gurney. The paramedics are just yelling at them, trying to maintain order in this tiny, chaotic space. Calm down. Don't agitate him. You have to stay calm. How in the hell are they supposed to stay calm? The blood just would not stop pouring out of him. Every single time the EMTs applied pressure to the wound, the blood just immediately soaked through the thick, white bandages. The beeping of the heart monitor was getting so erratic and faint, and Jack was just looking up at his wife and son with those glossy, fading, terrified eyes. It was pure, agonizing television. I mean, Peter Bergman acted his absolute heart out in this scene, without even saying a word. You could feel the life literally draining out of the Abbott patriarch. And I was sobbing right along with Kyle. But the physical trauma and the blood and the sirens aren't even the craziest part of this episode. The biggest plot twist of the decade just dropped, and I am not okay. Patty Williams does not love Jack Abbott. I repeat, Patty Williams does not love Jack. I am absolutely floored. My jaw is on the floor. For years, decades even, her entire psychotic motivation, her whole reason for existing on this show has been this twisted, delusional obsession with Jack. Remember when she shot Victor? Remember the whole insane Emily Peterson plastic surgery fiasco where she stole another woman's face just to marry him? All of it, every single crazy thing she has ever done, was because she was obsessed with Jack and wanted to be his beloved wife. And now she just casually drops the bomb that she doesn't give a single damn about him. She loves Dr. Lawrence Markham. I mean, let's just pause and try to process this absolute insanity for a second. Patty and Markham are a couple? A psychopathic, twisted, evil power couple? She was blackmailing Jack earlier this week, showing him that terrifying staged photo of Diane unconscious in a padded cell, demanding that Jack sleep with her to recreate the magic they had on the yacht. We all thought she was just doing her usual crazy, lovesick Patty routine. We thought she was just a delusional woman trying to force a man to love her. But no, it was all a sadistic, calculated game. She didn't want Jack's body or his love or a future with him. She wanted his humiliation. She wanted to completely and utterly destroy his life, his dignity, and his family for her own sick, twisted amusement alongside her creepy, fake doctor boyfriend. Okay, back to the point, because I am getting so worked up. When Patty stood there in that house, looking down at Jack bleeding out on the floor after the stabbing, the look on her face wasn't horror. It wasn't the regret of a woman who just accidentally hurt the man she loves. It was pure, unadulterated evil. She looked at him with such intense disgust and triumph before she and Markham bolted out the door. She literally admitted that she just wanted to ruin them. This completely rewrites Patty's character from the ground up. She's no longer the tragic, mentally ill woman who just loves too hard, loses her mind, and needs to be institutionalized for her own good. She is a calculating, malicious, cold-blooded villain who is playing 4D chess with people's lives just for the thrill of the destruction. And Markham. Don't even get me started on this Dr. Lawrence Markham guy. Because we all know Markham is probably Martin Laurent, right? I mean, the books by Dr. Alan Laurent, sitting on the shelf in Diane's cell, were a massive, glowing neon sign. So if Markham is actually Martin with a surgically altered face, and he has teamed up with a fully unhinged Patty Williams, this is the most dangerous, lethal duo Genoa City has ever seen. They are literally leaving a trail of bodies, trauma, and broken minds in their wake. And now they are on the run. They just stabbed one of the wealthiest, most powerful men in the entire state and vanished into the night like ghosts. The GCPD better step up their game immediately, because Detective Burrow has been absolutely useless so far, and these two psychopaths are out there roaming the streets. I just keep replaying the actual stabbing in my head over and over again. We didn't even see the full lead-up, but imagine how it went down. Jack finally tracks down the house where Diane is being held. He probably kicked the door down, running on pure adrenaline, ready to be the hero and save his wife. He's probably thinking he's just dealing with a delusional Patty and some sleazy, corrupt doctor who wants a payday. He had absolutely no idea he was walking into a literal slaughterhouse. Markham probably ambushed him from behind, or Patty distracted him with her cruel taunts, and then bam. The knife goes in. The sheer cowardice of it. They didn't even give Jack a fighting chance to defend himself. They just gutted him like a fish and ran away like the absolute rats they are, leaving Diane to find him choking on his own blood. Am I the only one who is genuinely, truly terrified that Jack might not actually make it this time? I know, it's a soap opera. Characters survive worse all the time. Victor Newman has died like 9 times and always comes back to yell at someone in his office. But this feels so different. The way the scene was directed, the sheer volume of blood they decided to show, the desperate, guttural cries from Kyle. It felt so incredibly final. If Jack Abbott dies, what even is the Young and the Restless anymore? He is the beating heart of the Abbott family. He is the yin to Victor Newman's yang. Their rivalry is the foundation of this entire show. You cannot just kill off Jack Abbott. I will literally riot in the streets if they kill him off. I will write letters. I will complain on every forum. And think about the massive emotional fallout if he doesn't pull through. Tracy is going to completely lose her mind with grief. She was just at the park pressing Patty, trying to play psychological mind games to get Diane's location. If Tracy finds out that her confrontation might have pushed Patty to accelerate this violent plan, Tracy will never, ever forgive herself. She is the moral compass of the family, the one who always tries to see the good, and this will completely break her spirit. And Billy? Oh my God. Billy is already spiraling out of control over Sally's tragic miscarriage and his own toxic messes. If Billy loses his big brother, his father figure, right now, Billy is going to end up in a psych ward, or back on the bottle, or worse. The Abbott family will completely collapse without Jack holding them together. Then there's Diane. We have to talk about the immense guilt Diane is going to carry for the rest of her life if Jack dies. Jack only went to that creepy house for her. He only put himself in the crosshairs of Patty's psychotic wrath because he was trying to save his wife. If Jack dies, Diane is going to become a pariah in Genoa City all over again. Phyllis will absolutely blame her and probably scream it in her face at the funeral. Ashley will blame her and try to run her out of town. Half the town will whisper, if Jack had just stayed away from Diane Jenkins, he'd still be alive today. It's going to be the most tragic, heartbreaking isolation for her. I kind of want to see Susan Walters play that deep, agonizing grief because she is a phenomenal actress, but I do not want Jack to die just so we can get good acting. There has to be another way. Let's also talk about the corporate side of things. Because you know the business world in Genoa City never stops, even for a tragedy. If Jack is incapacitated or, God forbid, dead, what happens to Jabot? Kyle is in no emotional state to run a multinational cosmetics empire right now. He is going to be sitting by his father's hospital bed, traumatized. Will Billy try to step up and ruin everything? Will Victor Newman use this opportunity to strike? I mean, Victor is currently busy doing the most despicable things to Nikki, drugging her and stealing her company right out from under her while she thinks she's dying, but Victor never misses an opportunity to kick the Abbotts when they are down. The power vacuum at Jabbo would cause absolute chaos, and I am not ready for the corporate warfare that would follow Jack's demise. And what about the villains on the run? Where do Patty and Markham even go from here? They have no leverage anymore. They tried to play God, they tried to destroy lives for fun, and now they are attempted murderers, or actual murderers, depending on how the surgery goes. I have a feeling Victor Newman might actually get involved in the manhunt. Victor might hate Jack's guts, but he respects him as a rival. And nobody, and I mean nobody, gets away with bringing this kind of violent chaos into Victor's town without facing the mustache wrath. I wouldn't be surprised if Victor unleashes his private security team to hunt Patty and Markham down before the useless GCPD even figures out which way they ran. I want to see Patty face justice, but knowing this show, she'll probably put on another wig and hide in a motel for 3 months. I am just so emotionally exhausted and overwhelmed right now. This episode literally gave us everything we could ever ask for in a soap opera. High stakes, massive character twists, incredible, tear-jerking acting, and absolute jaw-dropping devastation. I kinda hate the writers for putting my blood pressure through the roof and making me cry on a random weeknight, but I also have to give them a massive standing ovation. This is the exact kind of fearless, gripping storytelling that keeps us hooked for decades. But seriously, I am begging the soap gods, if they kill Jack Abbott, I am canceling my Paramount Plus subscription. I mean it. Okay, I probably won't because I'm addicted, but I'll be really mad and complain about it every single day. We have to wait until the next episode to find out if he survives the emergency surgery, and I honestly don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Please, let Jack pull through. Let me know in the comments if you guys are freaking out as much as I am, because I need a support group right now.